In this video, I want to share a tapping sequence to help you find a place in your heart to forgive. Because when we feel like we're holding a grudge, we feel resentment, anger, bitterness towards someone who has caused us suffering in the past, really that resentment is just building up a negative energy in our energetic system. It's causing us more suffering in the present moment because we're literally reliving the emotional pain that we felt in the moment. So forgiveness is something we do for ourselves, not for the perpetrator. Forgiveness is something that helps us heal and to move on. Forgiveness is not something that says, what you've done to me, the suffering you've caused is okay. It's not asking for the same suffering to happen again. It's not asking for that person to do what they did to you again. It's not saying you're a doormat. So forgiveness is very misunderstood, and it's come up with lots of requests in the various places that I have a social presence to share a tapping sequence to help people to find space in their hearts to forgive. So if you want to forgive someone, then this is for you. I'm Dr. Leonie Morris, energy medicine practitioner and energy psychologist, and I'm a doctor of psychology as well. So please join me, follow this sequence along. It's really easy to do to help release you from the pain of resentment and being tied to your emotional past. So before we begin, I just want you to get a picture in your mind, a memory, a recollection of someone who has caused you suffering, the person you would most like to forgive, who can release you from that emotional attachment to your past. Just pull that memory into your mind, gather the pictures, and just focus on that for a moment. And as you focus on that memory, give yourself a score out of 10. How happy are you to forgive that person? How able are you to give that person forgiveness in your heart? So give yourself a score out of 10, where 1 is you're not ready to forgive, you cannot forgive. And 10 is where you're happy and ready to forgive. And just hold that score in mind as we go through this sequence. So first of all, I want to start by reducing any dissonance in our system, in our energetic system, reducing any upset between our conscious and unconscious mind. So we're just going to massage these side seams whilst repeating after me. Even though I'm struggling to forgive, I still choose to deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm struggling to forgive, I choose to deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm struggling to forgive, I choose to deeply love and accept myself. Let's take a nice deep breath, a belly breath, and we'll start moving from point to point. There is a part of me that's afraid that if I forgive those who have hurt me, I will be misunderstood. That forgiveness means I'm allowing them or people like them to hurt me again. That forgiveness means I'm letting them off the hook. That they don't have to take responsibility for the suffering they've caused me. That when I forgive, it means I forget what has happened. And in forgiving, that I just haven't learned from my past. None of this is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not letting someone off the hook. Forgiveness is not giving someone a free pass. Forgiveness is not letting it happen again. Forgiveness is not saying that I haven't learned any lessons. When I choose to forgive, what I'm actually saying is that I'm no longer stuck. I'm no longer tied emotionally to the past. I can remember the past and I can learn from the past. So I don't find myself stuck. Forgiveness is about remembering the facts, but not reliving the past suffering. Not reliving over and over. Not holding a grudge. I know when I hold a grudge, it's like feeling negative towards someone, but taking poison myself. I choose not to be stuck in the past for my own health, for my own well-being. This is for me. I give myself permission to forgive for my sake. And I forgive myself for not forgiving earlier, for not releasing myself from the past. What matters now is I'm choosing to move on. I've learned from this. I'm forgiving myself and forgiving others. I'm giving myself permission to be kind to myself. Kind during this forgiveness process. This is for me. I'm allowed to do this for me. It doesn't matter about what the other person deserves. I deserve this. Because this is the best thing for me. This is for me to heal. I forgive wholeheartedly so that I no longer carry the burden. I am free. I forgive with all my heart. I choose to live with the feeling of forgiveness in my heart and in my soul. I feel my heart blossoming, and as I do so, my consciousness is lifted. I smile. I am free to move on, accepting myself, loving myself, mind, body, and soul. Just take a deep breath. I'm going to do something extra now to make sure this forgiveness, this ability to forgive, is locked in. So I just want you to put your hand over your heart and follow the line between your baby finger and your ring finger, about halfway down towards your wrist, and just tap that. Look to the left, keeping your head forward, and to the right. Keep going left and right.
And up, down, up and down. Now circle your eyes all the way around to the left and do that 3 times. And now do it the other way. And that eye movement helps to lock in those new patterns. So I hope you feel calmer. And I'll just ask yourself to check in, look inside your heart, and answer yourself the question now. How happy am I to find forgiveness in my heart? And I hope that score is now a higher score and you're feeling forgiveness and you're feeling that liberation. So do that tapping when you need to remind yourself about the power and the health and well-being that forgiveness can bring to you. If you like this, please join me for more tapping in the future. Please let me know what subjects you'd like me to add some tapping sequences on. Share this with other people because I know more people would love to find forgiveness in their hearts. And subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future sessions. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey.